I'm going to be talking about the pre-writing, based on my tutorial, the first tutorial I've had with Simon. So I had the tutorial. We spoke about the whole student thing. If I quickly go back and look at my blog, I did mention, if I just quickly read what I wrote, just to quickly refresh my mind. Where was it? Pre-writing 1. So pretty much I looked at Soft and how the two characters, how the father and the son both interacted with each other, and how their ending, it was like a role reversal in a sense. The son wanted the dad to do something. He felt he was incapable of doing so, so therefore it was, I suppose you didn't expect it at the end. It was very, very anticlimactical in a sense. So firstly, I had Jimmy, Billy, and the location. That was the three areas I was looking at in my last blog post. Jimmy's the older of the two students. He's the arrogant one. He's the heel. I use a lot of wrestling terms in my blog, but heel basically means the bad guy in a sense. So he's the heel, and Billy is the face. So Billy's the younger of the two. This was before. They were both uni students, and they were going to look at a vacated house, and they find it's owned by a mysterious unnamed person. They find a woman. Jimmy reckons he can deal with it. Doesn't ends up coming up quite short. And then Billy, pushes him out of the way, and then does it for him. In a sense, that's like a ultra slim version of it. So the big thing with the tutorial is that it's not believable. It's not in a believable. It's just not believable. I was trying to add words to that, but I couldn't. So, upon talking to him, we both said, well, what if they were homeless? And that makes sense. If they were looking for a vacant house, it would make sense. They're homeless, they're looking for a place to squat, looking for a place to stay at night. Then if they come across a body, it makes more sense. It's got a bit more of a believability factor than what I had. So, if I adapt my story completely, so I've got the hook. The hook is, so two homeless people. We're still going to be called Billy and Jimmy. Still going to have exactly the same roles as before. One of them's a bit of a dick, and one of them's alright. So two homeless people looking for a place to stay. They find someone when they get inside the house who's on the ground. The cliffhanger is she needs help. Billy wants to do something, but Jimmy says no and takes charge of a situation he can't control. So, whereas you've seen, or in my script you've read, that Jimmy always deals with everything because he believes Billy's not up to it. Now Jimmy can't deal with it, but Billy can, and now this is Billy's chance to really shine. So the moment of truth is Billy carries it out himself. So now that this changes the view of, this is like the payoff in a way. Jimmy changed his perspective, and right at the end of my script that I've written, we've got Billy, where was it? Billy says, "Where do we go, Jimbo? Time to find a new place." And Jimmy goes, "Well, how about you choose?" This is a nice little good payoff. It's not too much like in your face. It's a nice little payoff, and that's pretty much exactly what I wanted. So this whole blog is me talking about where I started, which was these two uni students, which didn't have much of a substance to it, and now I've moved it in to like two homeless people looking for a place to stay. As I said, I didn't really use much research material on this. Most of these ideas either come from my tutorial with Simon, which really, really did help me out. Kudos to Simon for helping me, putting ideas in my head. Not doing it for me, but putting ideas in my head that I could then work on. Excuse me, itchy leg. I've gone from that to now I've got a bit more of a believability factor. So we've got this location, it's believable. Why were two uni students necessarily? It's just all a bit coincidental before, but now it's a lot more believable, and I'm happy with what I've got. So the next blog post should be on the script feedback, I imagine, and actually, sorry, it's going to be on a breakdown of the different locations I used, and yeah, we'll pretty much take it from there. I'm pretty much going to break down my script. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.